we can, disseminate proper information to our employees. Hindi tayo naliligaw. May iba't iba silang sukat eh.
Yeah.
You know? So we should be equipped on this.
Right.
Ano rin tayo, pwede rin tayo maging biktima nito, di ba? Not only doon sa trabaho natin, but also in our, sa bahay natin.
Have you actually tried to do the scenario analysis and stress testing and forecasting? So for example, if a typhoon is within the Philippine area of responsibility, so let's say if it goes inside on a Sunday, and then it would hit, let's say, Manila, where all the business centers are, let's say it's a Tuesday, can you actually say or forecast something that would help the businesses determine whether or not something will flood or this type of typhoon will flood specific areas? Have we tried to look into that type of project or scenario analysis? So when we try to disseminate that with the business owners or the public, they would actually know, okay, I need to go to the office earlier because it would flood by this time based from because when you try to do the trending analysis from past typhoons and then the flood levels, is that possible? Is that something that you have tried?
Well, flooding, it's one thing to rain, it's another thing to flood, because there are other factors other than rainfall volume that contribute to flooding. And the most obvious of which is the condition of our drainage systems. There are times when some areas would experience severe flooding, while some areas don't. Samantalang pareho lang naman ang level nila yan. The only conclusion there is that in certain areas, their drainage systems are cleaner and unclogged compared to other areas that experience the same amount of rainfall volume. Now, in terms of predicting the amount of rainfall and the possible flooding, we actually have Climate X. Climate X under the Project NOAA is, pinaliwanag ba kanina? Was it explained earlier by Doc Mahar about Climate X? Climate X is basically the use of our Doppler radar systems in order to track yung onset ng rain clouds, and to be able to measure the amount of rainfall volume na babagsak babagsak, which would also in a way be a good indicator on on the possible flooding that could occur. Now, I don't know how to answer specifically your questions, but these are the tools that we can use in order to anticipate possible flooding. But like I said, there are other serious factors other than rainfall volume that contribute to flooding.
Right outside, I've talked to Dr. Mahar of Project NOAA and ASEC Mon Liboro. And the update was they're inviting me to sit also as part, because they're expanding the NDRRMC committee or council. So they're inviting the industry, or they're inviting me to sit there so that we can have instant, immediate, live updates. And also we can provide input. So things like this is something that definitely I will discuss with them, so they can do something about it, no? And it's very I guess they're very open naman to comments, no? And suggestions on how we can the project NOAA, the government can help the people and the industry with regards to certain calamities, especially floodings and rain. So
it's like this. How they are doing the measurement in the scientific method. Gagawa sila ng, let's say, 1 meter by 1 meter of container, and then they will pour water, like rain, and then in an hour, i-measure nila yon. Merong measurement ng 7.5 mm, 15.5 to 30 mm. If it is beyond, they are measuring it as torrential rain, as mentioned earlier, torrential rain, intense rain, and then heavy rains, di ba? Yun na yung measurement natin. Pero ang tanong ko ngayon is, even sa DPWH, dapat ito eh. Yung yung minention kanina about flooded area, ano yung specification ng roads natin or yung area natin in terms of this kind of measurement? Like for instance, yung Quezon Avenue. Ano ba ang specification niya in terms of the leveling? Say halimbawa umulan ng 30 o kaya heavy o intense rains doon sa area na yon. Doon mismo measure mo na yung road pala ng Quezon Avenue is only good for 10 So expect na magkakaroon ka ng flood. So in a way, mas maganda siguro i-equip natin yung sarili natin to measure this. Kung paano natin ito gagamitin when Pag-asa declared this. So kung halimbawa merong ganong specification ng, let's say, ang DPWH or yung MMDA about do sa area natin, mas maganda yon, magagamit natin ng maayos. Makapag-disseminate tayo ng maayos sa ating empleyado. So that's one question that I think wala rito yung sasagot.
3 weeks ago, I was very fortunate to attend one of his classes in UP. And isa sa mga natanong nga po is bakit palaging nagka-crash yung Project NOAA, yung site ninyo. And ang sinabi po niya sa amin is instead of waiting for, nangyayari daw talaga na hindi nila nasusupport lahat kasi sa dinami-dami na nag-review ng page. Instead of waiting for the page to respond, why don't you follow my tweets? Meron po siyang tweet every single hour, and just like now, I'm following him. It's at Nababaha. Yun po yung kanyang official Twitter account. And just like ngayon, kaninang 6 p.m. nag-tweet na naman siya regarding sa weather update. So if we have difficulties in getting information, gamit yung Project NOAA, then you might also want to follow him. And alam ko po, sabi niya rin parang may mga artista na rin silang kinuha para makapag-disseminate din ng information. At si Ann Curtis ang kinuha nila.
Follow Ann Curtis.
So,
I will follow Ann Curtis who doesn't
you might want to follow na rin.
Very helpful yung Nababaha ni Doc Mahar. Although personal account niya yan, it's been his advocacy from day one to provide real-time updates of the weather situation. His frustration though was that he keeps telling the story that whenever he tweets about the latest updates, the most that he would get retweeted is like 30, 40 times. In contrast, somebody like Thai celebrity Mario Maurer, who will greet his Filipino friends like, magandang umaga, kumusta kayo? It will get immediately retweeted thousands and thousands of times. So kumbaga parang ang ginagawa niya is how do we strategize in making real-time disaster tweets that could possibly save lives be retweeted more and more. So talagang kumbaga through a process of yung malalim na pag-iisip at pagninilay-nilay, they came up with the idea of getting celebrities to serve as disaster ambassadors. And among them was si Ann Curtis, and I think si Manny Pacquiao, pati si Manny Pacquiao nakuha nila. Pero I think sa UN si Manny. Si Manny.
One of our initiative in the BCP Council is to come up with our communications plan. No? So once that initiative is in effect, so all you have to do is create a Twitter account, we have a Facebook account, we're actually creating a command center so that centralized information dissemination. So hopefully at least for our industry we'll be ready for that. I guess within our industry there's so much people who have mobile phones, Android, iOS, and they're young and they're very active in Facebook or social media. I think within ourselves be able to really spread the word among people. Like one of the things, because I'm the one really texting all the heads. No, I'm monitoring, I'm listening on the radio, doing the website, calling some people, calling people from government, and after that, I compose a text message. Sometimes very difficult. While I'm driving on my way, checking our members, I encounter a flooded area. I added while driving, I'm texting. So there's a lot of times I got pulled over because of that driving while texting. But I think over the past how many times in practice, I'm doing good on that. So pagka, but I know it's don't do that. But that's what's happening eh. So it's so difficult because you're getting so different information. And you wanted to spread the word, but we just don't have enough, I guess, facility. So that's why the BCP Council initiative is crucial, so that we can really help each other. I'm sure within us, there's so much information already that we can get, right? So we just need you to feed us so we can create that.
Just to answer his question earlier about yung kung Sunday ngayon, uulan ba sa Tuesday, siguro pinag-uusapan nga namin, hindi siguro kasi na pakita ni Sir Mahar yung actual features ng project, no? So if some of you are already using it, familiar kayo na we have the typhoon forecast. So yung typhoon track mismo, makikita niyo na once na pumasok siya sa Philippine Area of Responsibility, meron ng forecast track. So through that, makikita na yung mga areas na dadaanan niya, and syempre yung mga affected areas. And also, we have 4-day weather forecast. So kung may ulan, meron 4 days in advance, alam mo na ano yung magiging weather outlook every hour for the next 4 days. And nakasama na dyan yung temperature, and the amount of rainfall actually. So I think that answers your question kung makikita niyo na yung weather 2 days in advance or 3 days. Kasi we already have the 4-day weather forecast, the typhoon track kapag may bagyo. And now with the latest addition to the program NOAA, the NOAA WISE, we are already providing 7-day weather forecast. Same weather outlook for every hour for the next 7 days. So parang tas we also have the flood hazard maps. Kung at least may idea na tayo kung dadaan dito yung bagyo, tingnan mo na lang yung flood hazard map namin kung bahain yung area nyo, kung nasan located yung mga offices nyo. So there, parang hindi na tayo manghuhula. So paglaruan nyo na lang yung Project NOAA and try to see its different features. So hindi nyo na kailangang tumawag pa sa hindi ko sinasabing hindi tumawag sa Pag-asa kasi busy kasi talaga yung Pag-asa kasi marami kayong kalaban ng media, TV stations na tumatawag sa Pag-asa. Pero if you really want to know the weather outlook for the next days, we have it on Project NOAA. Yun lang.
Okay. Please use and abuse, what we currently have, and take notes of certain, whether it's good or bad. And then, now that we have your BCP Council inform us, so we can, because we have a direct communications with them, so we can inform them, and hopefully they can change and fix whatever problems or errors in sites or in applications. No, just a few points I just wanted to highlight also. In the CCAP BCP Council, I mentioned earlier about 5-6 initiatives that we're doing. So one of which is we're creating our BCP Command Center. CCAP office is located here in Manila Peninsula, and it's a perfect location for us, except for this last October 7 that they just flood this side. No, for some reason, that's the first time I encountered that. Wow, it's Ayala corner Makati Avenue flood. But again, our location, it's like about 2 meters high from the main highway, from the main road. CCAP office is right along Ayala Avenue. And the good thing about this office, CCAP, is that because it's located in a hotel, there's a backup generator. So we'll never go out of electricity. Our connectivity, we have redundancy. Again, because we have partners, we have PLDT, we have Globe, we have Bayan, and others. In terms of connectivity, in terms of internet connection, again, because this is a hotel, we have power, PLDT is just right around the corner, we can easily get connection. And CCAP office is wired. We have 25 seats. We're using an Avaya system, and it's IP based. So we can really use that as our command center if need to, right? We have electricity, we have everyone, no? So we have workstation. So if ever we have to implement that, no? So we're gonna be doing that, shifting or converting the CCAP office to our command center if we need that. Also is we're creating a CCAP BCP website news alert. So you, again, on top of the Project NOAA and other government websites you're accessing, you can access that as a CCAP member, provided you're a CCAP member. Because you need to log in, use your username and password. Of course, why we're giving it to CCAP member? Because you're paying your membership fees, right? So only CCAP members will be access that. And of course, we need members to share information, so you can put that in that BCP News Alert website. We're also doing we're gonna be accrediting BCP sites. So we're looking at locations where, if ever, because it happens, no? When we have members calling me, calling the other people, do you have available space? We needed 10, 20, 50 because our Marikina, this site can no longer use, our employees cannot go there. So we wanted to make sure that we maintain an inventory of available spaces within our own membership, so that if ever you need it, we can point you to the right direction. In Makati, there's this building, there's this member, 100 seats dito, 50 seats doon, 400 seats doon. So we're creating that also as part of our BCP Council. And then I've mentioned the BCP Communications Plan. No, this is one thing that we will immediately implement, so that there's a standard, there's a unified and consolidation of all information we get during calamities like this. So proper dissemination, our employees are well informed when it comes to what's happening in our industry. Can I go to work, or which sites I will go? And then we'll also be gonna be doing what Fed shared earlier. We're gonna create our BCP like a standard. We're gonna have some certain standards in terms of what a BCP program or DR program it's all about, so that we can share that to companies or members who doesn't have one or is trying to create something. No, we have members who are willing to share. So why reinvent the wheel if we can all put all our information resources together and come up with an industry standard? Again, that's something that everyone can use, or you can just use it as a reference. It's all up to you. At least for industry, if a client asks us, we will say that the industry, we have a standard BCP practice program. Also, we've started our MMDA earthquake disaster training. Some members, we're sending them in MMDA. They're being trained on how to use the MMDA facilities and what to do in terms of earthquakes like that. So if you want to be part of this, you can send your representative. We're gonna schedule them with MMDA. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. But the scenario here is that what government is saying is that, so that if ever, just in case nobody from government can go there, at least the private sector can run and inform the other people in the country. So